Welcome to week 6 of our True Woman 201 book study. This week we studied chapter 5, which was on virtue. In Titus 2, verses 3 through 5, we read, "Older women are to teach what is good, and so train the young women to be pure." And pure is the same word for virtue, which is what we were studying this week. Purity is something that starts in the heart and not on the outside. On page 118, in the middle of the page, we read, "A relationship with the Lord isn't about following a list of do's and don'ts. It's not about merely appearing to be good. It's about opening up the depths of your heart to Him and cooperatively embarking on a lifetime cleanup project, coming in practice what He has made you positionally." That's a huge thing, because when you think that purity is starting with the heart and not the outside, that means it's something that God needs to do within us. It's not something that we can do on our own. We need to pray and ask for God's help. And in Psalm 139, verses 23 and 24, we read, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any grievous way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." Have you ever considered of praying that psalm back to God and truly asking God to search your heart, to show you where you are sinful, where you lack purity, so your life can reflect more of His grace? Have you ever done that? I can tell you that's a great exercise for your devotions for one day, to actually pray back that prayer. If you were to pray back this prayer, would you be willing to make those changes that God might point out to you? On day 3, Nancy Lee shows us how the opposite of virtue are vices, and on the bottom of page 120 she listed those 3 passages in Mark, Romans, and Colossians in that list of vices. And there was one vice that was seen in all 3 of them that is particularly applicable to women, and that was the vice of slander. And on page 121, she wrote that the contaminants of our heart frequently bubble out through our words, and our vices often speak. That's why it is so important to watch our words and watch what we say. And you know that oftentimes you'll hear that phrase that women have the gift of gab. Well, that can be used for a lot of good, but that can also be used for a lot of evil. And I remember as a child, I used to talk nonstop, and it took a long time for me to learn that sometimes the best thing you can do is to just be quiet, to observe, and to only say things that are really meaningful. On page 122, she wrote, "Slander means to speak critically of another person with the intent to harm, even if the information is correct." And there's always, at least for me, there's always this little evil side of me that sometimes you want to, even like Nancy Lee said, even if it's true, you want to say it because it makes that other person look worse in whoever you're speaking to, in their eyes. Women can be very good at being very sly with their words and just slipping in those little things, enough to hurt someone else's view, but that you still look good in whoever you're talking to's eyes. Slander is such a wicked thing and a sin that women are so prone to, and we need to pray and ask God to help us to watch our words. We need to strive to stay pure with our tongue and to watch every word that comes out of our mouth. And that can be so hard when particularly ladies get together and like to just chit-chat. It can easily become a devil's workplace. Are the words that I am going to speak, are they truthful? Are they helpful? Should I be saying these? Are they beneficial to someone else? If we can't say that they're going to be helpful and a blessing to someone, maybe we shouldn't say it. We are going to fall, and for some women this is more of a struggle than others. For me personally, having the gift for gab is more of a curse than a blessing. And the only way that I found to combat that is to just be silent. I think one of the most important things you can do as a parent is teaching your children to have a pure speech and to be sensitive to what they are saying and to their words and how others are responding to them, because we can do so much evil with our speech. And training our children not to be evil with their speech will help them so much later on in life. Nancy Lee did a great job with this chapter on virtue, and next week we're going to be studying the chapter on responsibility and women working. If this is your first week watching this video, welcome. If you have any questions or would like to discuss anything, please feel free to leave a comment. I will also leave the link in the description below for our Facebook group. You are welcome to join that. Please subscribe to this channel for more videos, and I will see you for next week, which will be chapter 6. Thanks for watching.